Everybody seems to have some working knowledge of the music industry now, and it seems to be a little bit easier if you're an indie band because you can self-market yourself. Like there's MySpace, Facebook, YouTube, all that. But flash back to the 1990s when Virgin Records was king and you wore hammer pants because MC Hammer topped the charts and label management took care of everything. Enter three 15-year-olds from Washington who called their brand new radical sound positive and upbeat.
That's right, these guys started off as Magnified Plaid, and now it's MXPX. Here's frontman Mike Herrera.
The original name is Magnified Plaid, and we always say, you know, that sounded really cool when we were kids.
Still does?
Still does, sure. You know, people still call us that. You know, they're like, when people want to like let us know that they're like OG fans, like super hardcore, they'll call us Magnified Plaid. But you know, our drummer Yuri did all our flyers and stuff for shows, and instead of writing MP because that sounded funny, he put X's there.
Instead of the dots.
Yeah, instead of the dots, he put the X's, and it sounded cooler to say MXPX rather than MP for Magnified Plaid. So, and that just stuck right away. We got to go to Moscow, you know, Red Square. We were like. Saw the Kremlin and all this stuff, you know, and it was wintertime, there's snow everywhere, so it's like exactly kind of how you picture Moscow being. We got to open for the Sex Pistols. It was in '97, I think. That was a huge highlight for a long time, just because, I mean, they're one of the hugest, I mean, the hugest punk band ever, probably. Being kids, you know, and it was, when we kind of got known, I guess, it was a little bit before kids weren't as smart when we were getting big, I guess. It's kind of hard to explain, I guess. What I'm trying to say is nowadays everybody, no, I'm saying like the bands that, like there's so many bands nowadays and everybody knows about the music business and they know what they should do to kind of like get a record deal and like get their website going and you know, get their album recorded and all that. But when we kind of started out, like there was none of that. Literally it was like we were just kind of going and trying to like, okay, let's look at our favorite bands. What are they doing? Okay, they're touring hard and making records. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. So I mean, we didn't really have, business-wise, any real reference or guidance. I'd say we started out as a Christian band mainly because we were going to youth group, you know, and it's kind of like when you're in high school, you're living a high school life. You're living a small town life, even if you're, no matter where you're from, as far as I'm concerned, you know, because your life is your friends and whatever it is you're doing. So, you know, that's what we did. You know, we never considered ourselves a Christian band because we were just Christians, and there wasn't a Christian music scene in Bremerton, Washington, where we're from. There was a music scene, you know, and it was just bands from high school would get together and do shows, and we would be one of those bands. And we were probably the only one that, you know, were Christians. So that's how our mindset kind of got started with not really paying so much attention to like Christian music, because that way we didn't have that vocabulary, I guess.